Hello, everyone. It's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and today I'm joined by Richard. How's it going today, Richard?
Hey Seth, what's going on?
Not much. Ready to battle out with the new Planeswalker decks from Aether Revolt. So, this is the new series, started with Kaladesh. This time around, we have Ajani, Valiant Protector, and Tezzeret, Master of Metal. So, those are the two decks, and we're going to play through them. We're going to do one game with each, then we'll switch around in between games. So, Richard, what deck are you starting off with today?
So, the most fearsome cat in the multiverse. I got a Johnny, Valiant Protector, and the deck is themed around +1/+1 counters. So, Ajani himself puts +1/+1 counters on stuff, but all of the other cards in the deck also play with that theme. So, we have a special cat counter deck, I guess.
So I'm playing the Tezzeret Master of Metal deck, and that's pretty much an improvised theme deck. It's heavy on artifacts, which makes sense with Tezzeret himself is very artifact intensive, and that's kind of what Tezzeret wants to take advantage of. And then we have a bunch of cheap artifacts, and then some improvised cards that we can tap all of our random ornithopters and stuff like that to make cheaper. So I think in this matchup, it looks like on paper the Tezzeret deck is more of the control deck, I think, and the Johnny deck is more of the aggro deck, but I guess we'll see how it plays out in practice. So, all right, Richard, I think it's on you.
All right, I won the die roll. We have lands and spells, so I guess we'll keep
Yeah, my hand seems reasonable.
Tranquil Expanse. Pass.
Oh, the dual lands. Well, we're going to start off with our one drop.
Augmenting Automaton. Oh boy, that was not a land, but this seems like a weird card to put here. Just cannot be blocked by artifact creatures, which I'm guessing all of your creatures are artifact creatures.
I do have a lot of artifact creatures. Luckily, well, first let's attack. You could block if you'd like.
All right, I will not block.
One of the weird things about this deck is I believe, the full 4 copies of Pendulum of Patterns. So, gain 3 life. In the late game, we can pay 5, sack it, draw a card.
Have a land. That's good. We can't do anything, but we'll just hit with the Audacious Infiltrator. Is he holding a gremlin in a jar?
I believe so.
That doesn't seem good. What would PETA say about this?
Well, I'm going to play a card that I think is pretty constructed worthy. Reverse Engineer.
Oh my god.
The good old draw 3 for, I guess it was 3 mana this time. Sometimes as little as 2.
It's better than Divination.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Well, what can you beat
Oh
my
no.
Audacious Infiltrators?
I have a card in hand
Uh-oh.
that is not an artifact, and it's also a creature. Also many lands now. So we will keep improvising. Improvise is such a strong mechanic. Play a Bastion Inventor, 4/4 hexproof. Good luck getting through with your audacious infiltrators.
Oh, this deck. This deck doesn't seem to have enough lands. Let's see. Wait, you're an artificer. Nah, you can just kill all my stuff. We will pass.
Oh, wow. All right, well, I guess it's time to cast a Tezzeret's Betrayal. So these decks always have a tutor. This is the Tezzeret tutor. Kills a creature. Lets me search up Tezzeret, Master of Metal. Yes, we will search our library. Even foil. I actually think this Tezzeret's pretty sweet. I know I say that about way more Planeswalker deck cards than I probably should, but I also should have attacked with that artifact since it can't block anyway.
All right, we got a planes. Unfortunately, our hand is mono 5 drops. uh, I guess we got to do this. I'm so sad to do this.
Okay.
We got to use the mana. We got to use our mana. Plus, the Infiltrator is the only way I'm killing Tezzeret, right?
Well, I can leave back my hexproof thing on defense. So let's play Tezzeret, the Master of Metal. Do we... I guess we just +1 and find an artifact. And another pattern of... or Pendulum of Patterns. And we're going to stay back on D with our hexproof thing.
Land? Why? uh,
Oh no.
do I want to trade this? I don't really want to trade this off. No, so -3, I just get hit by the number of artifacts you have? Okay, we'll just play defense. Actually, no, we can't play defense. We need to keep casting these inspiring roars. We gotta use our mana here because our hand is all 5 drops and these inspiring roars.
Well, let's keep taking up Tezzeret.
2 more and I can kill the Bastion Inventor.
Ooh, Treasure Keeper. That's essentially the new Bloodbraid Elf.
Oh boy.
And Implement of Examination. It's an artifact, doesn't do much though. Oh, I can't attack with that anymore. I have a Tezzeret on 7. I'm not gonna attack.
So when do you ultimate? Well, you only get artifacts and creatures, which I guess is fine. Maybe. Oh, this is so sad.
Still no 5th mana? Oh.
Not only no 5th mana, but things that are not too relevant.
Oh, that's a creature.
All right.
Well, we'll keep plussing Tezzeret.
So you just straight up gain control of my creatures, period.
That is what it sounds like, yeah. We'll play Tezzeret's Simulacrum. Actually, kind of sweet with the Tezzeret out. Draining for 3 is kind of a lot.
That's pretty good.
I think we can do some sweet things here. So let's play Pendulum of Patterns. Gain more life.
Are you gonna like dig through time, improvise here with all your artifacts?
Sort of. The end result is not quite as sweet as dig through time, but we get a 4/3 flyer.
Oh dear.
And now I'm kind of hoping you draw your 5th land to play some big creatures with my Tezzeret on 8.
Oh,
yes,
there's the land.
There it is. Give me a good 5-drop, Richard. You can do it. Your best one.
This makes me still very sad. I guess I can't kill Tez because you played this Windkin Raiders. But I'll give my guy
Ooh.
+5/+5 trample. So now is a 10/8. And I guess we just attack Tezzeret.
Well, I think we're gonna kill it. Oh, it can't be blocked by artifacts. Alright. Probably still worth it.
I needed one more inspiring roar. One toughness off from surviving this.
Well, it makes the ultimate of Tezzeret not very exciting, because I'm getting a 2/2. Can we win in another way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's see. Tezzeret's Betrayal. Just a overpriced removal spell. No searching.
Am I dead?
I don't know.
5,
I haven't
6.
counted yet.
You need one more artifact? Oh, I'm dead.
Are you?
I think so. Because that does 3. I was counting 2.
Well, we will see. Tezzeret, -3. Oh, yeah. You are dead.
Oh, you could also pump the automaton too. Your deck seemed like cohesive.
Yeah.
I have 3 5-drops and a 3rd inspiring roar in my hand.
Those were some of the saddest inspiring roars I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
I also noticed I have a revolt sub-theme, but no easy way to trigger revolt aside from just letting my stuff die. So that is also pretty interesting.
Alright, so we are back here with Game 2 of our Planeswalker deck battle. We have switched things around. Richard has switched over to the improvised Tezzeret deck. I'm going to give the Ajani deck a shot, see if I have any more luck at casting 5-drops than Richard did. And I won the die roll, so I get to play first. And, ooh, that's got to be like my best card. Alright, we'll keep this.
This deck is looking much better. It's looking hopeful here. I will keep.
The Tezzeret deck definitely felt good last game when I played it, so.
It feels like there's actual synergy between the cards. Whereas maybe I didn't draw the revolting half of the Ajani deck. Oh, no 3/1, huh?
No 3/1.
Universal Solvent.
Ooh.
This
Ooh.
is some good solvent here. Just destroy any permanent, 7 mana.
Yeah?
You don't even have to sacrifice it. You can keep reusing this. This is Oh no, you do have to
You
sacrifice
do
it.
have
Never
to
mind.
sack it, but it's trinket mageable, which is pretty good. Well, I have my rare. I don't know how I will ever trigger it, but double strike, not bad.
Ooh. Uh-oh. The lands are not with us today. Lands are not with us today. Let's see. One, two, three, four. These cards don't have improvise. Oh, I'm gonna so die to the Solemn Recruit.
Oh no. Oh, no luck for Richard. Well, we'll play this. I guess we attack with our double striker.
Oh dear. All right.
Oh man, this
Oh, if you
is.
get that +5/+5 card, it's over. Oh no, why would you do this to me?
I can't let you start improvising, draw threes and stuff next turn if you draw a land.
Oh no.
There's
It
my
looks
three
Oh
one.
no, it looks like we're doing the O2 drop.
Oh, oh no.
You're hitting me for 7 a turn.
This might be a quick one. I have no idea. Oh, I guess I found the way that you trigger improvise. Johnny's aid. Oh. We can search out into Johnny, and I think this gives me lethal next turn. So we'll grab a Johnny. We will just sack that. Get the revolt trigger.
Wait, can you just Oh, you have to do it. Oh,
And it's
okay.
only on my turn, unfortunately.
Oh, and I drew my reverse engineer, which is not good.
Oh man.
Oh, I got a discard. Sorry, Winkin Raiders.
Well, is there a Doomblade?
There is no Doomblade.
Ah, you obviously had some bad luck today with with both decks that you played. For some reason, I guess I'm just luckier than you when it comes to Planeswalker decks. So, what was your take, Richard? I know you had mana troubles, but what's your overall feeling on these decks?
I didn't like the Ajani deck, even though you stomped me game 2. I really like the Tezzeret deck, though. It looked like a cohesive deck. The improvised cards seemed very powerful. And Tezzeret himself looked awkward, but with so many artifacts, you could just kind of dome my face off. And I actually thought it was a lot better than I thought going into this. So I actually like the Tezzeret deck. Ajani, I'm not convinced. You didn't draw all your 5 drops. If you drew your 5 drops, it might not have looked so smooth, but I like the Tezzeret deck. The Tezzeret deck looked pretty fun.
Yeah, I definitely liked the Tezzeret deck more, but that's kind of just my personal bias, I guess. I like artifact decks, I like Tezzeret, but it did seem like a pretty well constructed deck. And I think part of it is that improvise is just a really strong mechanic. Like, even though they're just commons and they're not insane, but just being able to like tap a couple random artifacts and get a 4/4 hexproof for like 3 or 4 mana is pretty good when you're playing this type of match, which is like kind of like a really good limited deck almost. The Ajani deck, I'm looking at the list right now. There are a few ways of triggering Revolt, like Unbridled Growth and Renegade Map, but it doesn't look like it's nearly as consistent as the Tezzeret deck, where I think with the Ajani deck, you kind of got to hope that what happened in the last game when I was playing it, where you just get your like best card in Solemn Recruit, get a random Revolt trigger, kill really quickly. I think that's how the deck is going to have to win. So I think it'll be a lot less consistent than the Tezzeret deck, where the Tezzeret deck, I think, because it gets to draw cards and just play all this cheap random artifacts that cycle and stuff, is going to be a lot more consistent. So I expect that if we played these decks against each other a bunch of times, I think Tezzeret would have the higher win percentage. So, question two, Richard. Based on your experience, knowing the price, is it worth it to buy one of these decks, do you think?
It's okay. I mean, it's okay for new players. As an established player, I wouldn't buy these unless you absolutely could not find these single planeswalkers. But I actually think the Nissa and Chandra decks were more fun. But the Tezzeret deck is pretty fun. So those three would be my top three. I didn't like Ajani. Maybe Ajani didn't treat me well, and I'm a little biased. But the Ajani deck just feels like uh, kind of like a limited deck, whereas the Tezzeret deck seems like it actually has a theme and you're going somewhere. So I think overall, in terms of supplemental products, I'm going to put these in the middle of the pack. They weren't exceptional, but they're not terrible. And I like the Kaladesh ones a bit better as well.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think I might like the Tezzeret deck best out of all four of the Planeswalker decks we've seen so far, counting the Kaladesh ones. But I think overall, when you consider I probably like the Johnny deck the least out of all of them, I think it does kind of weigh it down a little bit. I will say that they're definitely still a major upgrade over the intro packs that were just so bad, even for new players. At least with these decks, you're getting a new Planeswalker, you're getting some functional things, a relatively cohesive deck, especially for Tezzeret. So they might not be for you, they might not be for me, more entrenched players, but if you're a new player, you probably could do worse than picking up one of these to like battle against your friend or your brother or your sister or something and kind of learn the game that way. So I think that's the place that they're at, but I think you're right. If I went to my local Walmart or whatever and was looking for something to fill that role, I would probably grab the Kaladesh version over the Aether Revolt version if I had to choose. Well, I think that wraps up our Aether Revolt Planeswalker deck battle. I add another victory to my total. I don't know if this streak is still going. You broke it not that long ago, but another win. So, aided by Richard's Mana Trouble. Anyway, Richard, thanks for taking the time to hang out and do this. It was a lot of fun.
It was a pleasure, Seth.
And thanks to everyone for tuning in. So, Amonkhet's only a couple months away. We'll be back with another Planeswalker deck then. Until then, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you soon.